Hello everyone and welcome back to Baldur's Gate 3. This is episode 20. Now last time we escaped the Githyanki crash properly. We also explored more of the Mountain Pass region and discovered a weary traveler by the name of Elminster, and we led him to Gale. We had a lovely, enlightening conversation there where essentially he has been charged by Mistra to suppress that orb inside him until the time is right and let it loose upon the Absolute. So that was pretty significant, and then we decided to travel back to the Goblin camp to go through the Underdark. So this was the entrance that we discovered through the Selionite runes and doing the mirror puzzle, not the mirror puzzle, but like the moon puzzle on the ground, and now we find ourselves here at camp. Now, there's a different arrangement here in terms of the setup, and it might be noticed, so I'll at least point it out. I'm currently away from home. I am traveling, and I do have a gaming laptop, and I am trying to see how this works. So I've done some tests, and everything should run pretty smoothly. So outside of a little change in setup, things should run okay, but apologies if anything does come up. I'm used to having two monitors, so I can always check if something's going wrong or if something comes up in OBS, but I'm currently in just the one menu with the one window, so I can't look at OBS anymore unless I Alt-Tab out, and I'm like, is everything going okay? And I think it is. Everything looks pretty good, so I'm excited for us to get into this one today. I'm not sure if we should end the day, but it could be a good idea for us to have a little bit of a long rest to start in the Underdark. I don't see that being a terrible thing, because we essentially had a couple of combat encounters, and I'm sure our characters will have stuff to say about being underground. So let's start the episode off with a couple of things. We're gonna do some light reading, and then we are going to do some inventory management, and then we'll end the day. So I'll open up my my book, which should be in my camp supplies over here. In my book. There we go. And we've got some books to read today. Let's read Secret Societies of the Sword Coast Exposed. Let's read it, not pick it up. Read. Harper's, the most well-known of the Sword Coast's cabals, perhaps, but certainly not benign in its shrouded doings. My sources claim that those belonging to this mysterious faction abhor power, but if that is so, why do they not expose the revelations of their inquirers for the public good? Why indeed? Because knowledge is power, and the Harpers intend to keep both for themselves. The Shadow Druids weigh the life of a man against that of a sapling oak. Which do you value more highly? Ask a Shadow Druid the self-same question and be shocked by their answer. This dangerous group utterly disregards intelligent life in favor of the life of plants and insects. Their perversion of the natural order leads them to plan and execute plots so dastardly that the mere description of one would leave you glancing sideways at your begonias. And we've faced off against Shadow Druids, which was very fun. They were rats. The Order of Blurg, the least known and accordingly most dangerous of the secret societies I have researched, is the Order of Blurg. My sources tell me that this shadow conspiracy of murderers, mutilators, and tyrants regularly meet to plan the demise of any number of innocent citizens of our fair land. What's more, they like it. And the Dark Justiciars, I shudder even to inscribe their name upon the purity of this page. I shall leave it at this. They worship Shah. Somehow that ends up being the worst, and that's what Shadowheart wishes to become. Interesting indeed. I do not think that's in the cards for you, Shadowheart. Now, you have to forgive me when I trip over some words even more than usual. I'm playing on a smaller laptop screen. It's good quality, but it's smaller than my previous monitors. In the settings, you can increase the text size, but this is still acceptable, and I don't want it to look like I'm like an 80-year-old man that needs a 600% magnification. I will just adjust. Preface. Centuries ago, a young man sailed from the village of Grey Harbour. Where he went, what he saw, and the deeds he accomplished are simple legends today, but the wealth he returned with years later is a hard fact. Baldurian made Grey Harbour rich. His gold built docks, funded businesses, and raised strong walls to protect it all. One of the gates into this flourishing city was named in his honour. Baldur's Gate, there it is, but so great was the wealth that flowed through it that the name of the gate became more famous than the village that started it all. The name Grey Harbour has been relegated to dusty history books and ancient maps, but Baldur's Gate, that name is on the lips of every traveller in Faerun. That's cool. A is for Azuth and other gods. 6. Ilmater hears the martyr's cries, takes in the ill and the oppressed. When one to help the others dies, then by Ilmater they are blessed. Jurgle, or it's so often said, once gave away his bony throne for Kalemvor. He tracks the dead, makes sure that dead souls do not roam. Kalemvor, Lord of the Dead, will take your hand when death arrives, make sure souls are correctly led to all their proper afterlives. Okay. I like how it leads into them. We have Magic of the Weave, an introduction. Few try to understand the weave, a true pity, for only they who are truly attuned to the weave can rightly call themselves spellcasters. Which is interesting, because I think that, I wonder how Gale thinks, in regards to a character being like a warlock or something like that, being like, do you study the weave, sir? While you were out there having patron deities, I was studying the weave. Thus comes the question, what is the weave? It is an essential element of the universe. It runs through everything in unseen threads. It is what makes magic possible. It is also, though I will not go into further detail here, the goddess Mystra herself. See Magic of the Weave, Mystra and the Spell Plague. The weave isn't magic, precisely. Rather, it is the raw material from which magic is woven, not entirely unlike how a massive collection of threads is shaped and formed into a garment. Those with the necessary talent and skill can manipulate the weave and perform magic by casting spells. Developing this skill takes years of learning and constant practice. You might have heard of those who can cast spells because they are born with an innate connection to the weave, commonly called sorcerers. Or worse, because they struck a bargain with an otherworldly creature, also known as warlocks. There you go, or worse. Do not be deceived, their magic is unpredictable, uncontrolled, and in some cases not even rightfully theirs. No, to truly know and manipulate the weave is an art, but those wizards who master it will know the limitless power and beauty the weave provides. I really like that. You learn this from Gale, but I guess if you miss that opportunity, there is in text form, which is also good. Let's read the Purged Palette Midwinter Edition. A series of recipes accompanied by anecdotes about the meals in question. This is a twist on the traditional dwarven Iglak stew. Those non-dwarven who can't translate that, don't bother, no point frightening yourselves. Just make sure that once you've burned the alcohol away, do not add the dried venom. Substitute it with some other sour, whatever agrees with your milky constitution. As to how I discovered this one, back during my Watchman days, a drow thief I caught spiked my supper. The look on his face when I quaffed it down was near as good as the stew. That's fun. Magic of the Weave, an introduction, 2 of them, Jesus. Bloody duplicate books over here. Lessons for Sensible Living 4. Cities, and how to survive them. This is the last one we'll read for today. The first page summarizes the contents. The remaining pages clumsily elaborate on them in great detail. 1. On not going to cities. The simplest piece of advice for sensible folks is to avoid cities entirely. 2. On marketplaces. People often tell me, Harrington, my fleeces and turnips are worth more in a city market than at the local village fair. Fools, to them I say. Your fleeces and turnips will be robbed long before you reach the market square, and you will only have a few lumps and bruises to take home. 3. On taverns. All sensible folk enjoy draining a mug of locally produced ale in the company of their friends, but some of you may have heard tell of the extravagant taverns that populate the cities of the Sword Coast. If bawdy names like the Blushing Mermaid and the Wizard's Stave were not sufficient warning of their impropriety, let it be known that you will be robbed long before you finish your first tankard, and will only have a few lumps and bruises for company. Now, I believe we may have read this because I feel like I remember this. I feel like I remember this, but it might have been written by the same person but on something else. Forgive me if we're rereading this, but I feel like I've read something very similar because I remember reading stuff that was like multiples and it had the same description at the end. It might have been on cities, but it might have been on something else, which is kind of funny. Alas, we will read this book. 4 on sewerage. Belike you keep a pot by your bedside and cast out the leavings into a communal pit of mourn. Sensible and cleanly behaviour. Many cities have dispensed with such simple methods of hygienic living, and instead the waste of the inhabitants commingles and flows through great channels beneath the very streets, a breeding ground for murky creatures. And 5 on becoming lost. Cities are far too large and you will become lost almost immediately. A fellow once told me that Baldur's Gate is actually 3 cities in one, an outer, an inner, and an upper. I believe he thought I'd be impressed, but I simply spat in his eye and sent him on his way. Harrington, Netherland. Yeah, there's a book that I feel like I read that might have been that, and it might have been something else, but we'll see. There you go. That's our book reading done for now. Now we add it into the bag of selling. That is the bag of things to sell, of which all of this also belongs. There you go. Once we find our next trader, he's going to be deeply, deeply concerned with how much stuff we have. And then we'll do this inventory management. Let me just quickly drop this stuff in here that we do not need. For now. In terms of the Amulet of the Unworthy, not sure how I feel about it. Not sure how I feel about it yet. It does make us quite vulnerable, but we shall see. Now I remember we swapped to Karlach, Will, and Gale in regards to seeing if they had any Underdark specific dialogue when we were out in the wild, and they didn't necessarily say anything, so we will change our arrangement. I think I'll have Karlach and Gale come with me through the Underdark and Shadowheart along with them.
Lady of Sorrows, guide us. Did you want something?
Lady of Sorrows, guide us.
A bit crowded, don't you think? Wonderful.
Okay, you good. Ooh. I'm playing on a new device, which means I'm going to get the tutorials again, apparently. That's what that is, so you can ignore that. They're like, you're on a new computer, mate, which means you've never played this game before. Here's all your tutorials. Luckily, Steam Cloud Saves allow me to continue playing my game. We'll not cast Speak with Animals because I'm going to rest. I'm going to end the day. Alright, let's end the day.
You carry a Githyanki relic. I will have an explanation. Or your head.
Walk away. Now. I won't warn you again.
Wow, okay. This feels incredibly delayed. So Lae'zel has finally gone like, oh, wait a minute. That's the goddamn artifact that Shadowheart has, except I have it. Wow. You'd think Lae'zel would be picking a fight with me, but I guess it is like Shadowheart's as well. That's kind of confusing. It's bound to me, but it started with Shadowheart, so I guess that for companion interaction purposes, it's going to be talking with her about it. Leave them to settle their differences and go to sleep. Watch the argument unfold. Well, I guess I'll tune in, considering I am currently holding it. Relic. This is about that artifact, isn't it?
That artifact is an heirloom of my people. Likely she spilled Githyanki blood in order to steal it. This cannot stand.
Heirloom? Plunder from some conquered realm, more like. This artifact is the only thing keeping us from becoming slaves to our parasites. Be glad I have it.
Wow, I'm choosing between the two of them in this argument. So, any ideas on how we settle this?
The bad blood must be purged. A duel, come first light.
You mean I'd get to prove you wrong and thrash you? I love it. Get some rest, Lae'zel. You'll need it.
I'd rather not.
You had every chance to look the other way. But here we are. You chose this.
Spare me the justifications, coward.
If anyone asks, I'll say you were transforming. Don't expect to be mourned.
That's cowardly. A duel at first light, and then literally was like so excited. Oh, a chance to thrash you. I love it. And then goes for the knife in the dark. Let's just say that Lae'zel also did this to me, but also Lae'zel didn't challenge me to a duel. I'm also not going to want to bear witness to the death of one of my companions at knife point when I'm standing here. Shadowheart, stop. You don't have to do this. Oh my god. Okay. This is why we have inspiration. Roll again. Shadowheart, stop. You don't have to do this. Thank you. Jesus Christ. That's much better. Inspiration.
She's a liability. It's the artifact we need, not her.
Let me up, and I'll show you.
Oh my god. This thing. We need her, Shadowheart. Give her a chance.
Can I do that, Lae'zel? Can I turn my back on you?
Never. Thieves aren't afforded such luxury.
Loosen the grip on your pride for one blasted moment, won't you? We needn't be enemies. There's plenty of those to go around already.
What would you have? That we be friends?
Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Enemies to lovers.
Imagine what we might achieve if we channeled some of that hostility back at our real foes, instead of each other. They wouldn't stand a chance.
Ooh. That was a tense interaction. Enemies to lovers? Alright, how are you two feeling after that? That was stressful. So they're like, let's go to bed. Let's have a duel at first light. And then Shadowheart immediately is just like, what if I just ended it now?
We must press forward. Let's deal with Ketheric, then find Voss in Baldur's Gate.
You want to talk about what just happened? Yeah. About your quarrel with Shadowheart.
It is over where I am concerned.
Okay, good. I'll simply kill you both if it happens again. That was tense. I wonder if there was a thought to sort of think about if the artifact could be bound to my character instead of Shadowheart. If Lae'zel could confront you instead. I wonder if that was a thought, whether it's just easier to have... considering Shadowheart was the one that stole it, that can simply be the source of the confrontation. I am merely holding on to it for now. That's a relief. We won't survive this if we don't stand together.
It is through conflict that we strengthen our bonds. Yet I do not recommend Shadowheart seek it again. The next resolution may not end in her favor.
Lae'zel and I have had some conflict and we've grown stronger because of it. I'll tell you that much. Alright, let's go talk to Shadowheart about that. Oh boy, I wonder if everyone else has something to say, if that was witnessed by others or not. Because Shadowheart said, I'll tell the others you were transforming, so clearly this is something that took place in a private moment.
Lady of Sorrows, guide us. Did you want something?
Yes. So chill after. I want to talk about what happened with Lae'zel.
We aren't dear friends now, if that's what you're asking. But I trust we can all sleep a little more soundly in camp now.
That's good. I'd rather keep things friendly between all of us.
You have an interesting definition of friendly, but yes.
Okay. Well, I mean, you know, friendly.
I really thought Shadowheart and Lae'zel might fight to the death over that artifact. A pity. It would have made for a fine night's entertainment.
Yeah, I'm kind of scared if we failed that persuasion roll or, like, let things play out. They clearly had murderous intent, both of them. Astarian's just, like, commenting on that, of course. A fine entertainment, of course.
Very glad Shadowheart and Lae'zel settled things without letting any blood. I would have enjoyed the spectacle, but not losing either one of those lunatics.
They're all just like, I would have enjoyed the spectacle. So clearly, I think that could have resulted in one of them being killed by how our companions are talking about this scenario.
I have something to ask.
You wish to speak?
Yes. So I guess Halsin is just like a companion light, where he's like, there's elements to him where he's got like the clothing and like he's got dialogue and he stays with you at camp. He's not like Volo, because Volo doesn't change outfits. He doesn't have like nighttime clothing, you know? So there's definitely something about Halsin that's different and showing up as like the green companion that's not in your party, but also doesn't have the same interactions that the rest do.
I hope that's the end of this silly quarrel. They'll have no energy for battling our enemies if Lae'zel and Shadowheart are too busy squabbling among themselves.
No energy left for our enemies.
I'll say one thing for our troop. We're not short on drama. I'm glad Shadowheart and Lae'zel settled their differences peacefully. Eventually.
Yes, they did need my help, you know. Alrighty. Everyone said their piece. Shall we go to bed now? Lovely. As it would appear, we are now ready. Anyone want anything to say in the morning? No exclamation marks, I see. Actually, what's over here?
Grown since I last saw you.
Shadowheart gets the plus points for being like the only companion to talk to our pets. I love it. Oh, it's just nothing. It's just darkness. Alright then, we shall leave the camp. I'll have to cast Speak with Animals on myself. It's a new day. Speak with animals, please.
You know, Karlak, there are other ways to express love beyond run-of-the-mill physicality.
Are you going to try and teach me about exceptional uses for a mage hand, or what?
Haha.
Well, actually, I was thinking of poetry.
Oops, sorry. But, now that I think of it, is Mage Hand especially hard to learn?
Gale, what are you doing, buddy? What are you doing, buddy? It's like, I want some, I want to teach you, I want to teach you about poetry, my dear. Don't you wish to know about poetry? I'm sure you'd have a great time. Alright. Now, we've only explored a little bit of this so far. We went through and defeated a couple of minotaurs.
Those things are vicious.
What just happened? Wait a sec. Rumbling Earth. Oh, we just got... Okay. Like, I'm sorry. What just happened, everybody? Oh, man. I might turn tutorials off.
Oh, hi.
We'll just turn them off, honestly. Because it's just going to do everything all over again. A boulette. Those things are vicious. Okay, oh, because you succeeded a nature check. Okay, and we all got knocked down. Now, this is where we were. So I'll continue to explore over here.
Maybe I need more pockets.
You seem to know a good deal about our condition, Gale.
Everything, really. Not to put too fine a point on it.
A humble specimen, aren't you?
On occasion.
On occasion. Okay. So he's not going to say any more about that?
Let's have a look.
He'll just be like, yeah, I know things. I know things. What's it to you? Oh, man, there's layers to this place, I'll tell you that much. Oh, we got a rope netting. Alright, we got a... Oh!
It's a trap.
Okay. Whoa. Alright. Watch out for traps.
Tread carefully. There's a trap.
Watch out for traps, he says, as he proceeds to continue walking on more. I really was like, there's no way that they put even more down by that rope netting, eh? Apparently they do. Okay, they really barricaded this area specifically. Oh god, am I gonna get knocked down? Ah! Let's take a look in here. Oh!
More are coming.
Oh!
What in the nine hells is that?
They're coming. They're coming.
Yo, it's because we're in the purple mist. We have the telepathic communication. Let's still our thoughts to this new voice.
This might be some devil's ploy. Don't listen to it.
They're coming. You're coming.
Whoa. Yeah, we have, report spores on. That's wild. Okay. Team, we're going to investigate. They're coming. That's, not at all freaky. Gotta look on my, for my new shortcuts. To put my hands in different places now on my, on my keyboard. Alright, oh, I've given Astarion my, sleight of hand
Wonder what's past.
gloves. Wow. That's right, we'll get it. I've got enough thieves tools where I could probably go without having my sleight of hand advantage. I'm gonna keep that sleight of hand advantage most likely for if we want to do some pickpocketing, but I'll get Astarion for that if we need.
The Zentarum, mercenaries and cutthroats. Useful friends if you can afford them.
Ah, okay, this was a Zentarum location, okay. It looks like they did not have a chance to pack up and leave, however. All of their stuff is still here. Maybe something to do with this cryptic voice. Sorry, excuse me. Oh, hang on. Ooh. Ripple bark. Okay, there's looks to be some sort of... Oh. There's someone down here. Okay. Looks like we'll have to try and head down to maybe hang out with a person. There's some decent loot here. I wonder if we can go down from here, though. That was a low roll. Everywhere's locked. Oh, we got an elevator.
Step carefully. There's a trap.
Good perception there, sir. DC of 15. Sleight of hand proficiency. It's alright, I'll save myself from the explosion, and I will allow that failure. Oopsie. Critical failure. It's been a while since we've rolled a 1. Speak with dead and false life. Gotcha. Now, elevator. This is going to take us up? I'm curious. Let's see where this takes us then. Many a thieves' tools. Some good stuff in these crates. That was definitely worth looking at. Alright, let's use this elevator.
Doesn't work.
Oh, it doesn't work. Okay then, never mind.
Doesn't work.
Doesn't work. Straight up. Alright. But it's... Maybe it only works from above? Like you could fix something or repair it from above, maybe. Alright, well we found a little Zentrum hideout spot. The darkness of this place mixed with the light that I have from the outside makes this a little hard to see, I will tell you that much. Oh! Shadowheart's not close enough to guide me for this. That's alright, I trust in my bonuses. I trust in my bonuses. Alright, so let's try and find a way down. Got multiple ways down. I'm scared. There's so many winding pathways. I feel like I'm gonna miss stuff. So Minotaur. Maybe I should try and stay on the upper level first and just try and clear out this level before we head down.
Broken bones. Must have fallen.
Must have fallen, so there was a way to fall to your death in this place. From above. Seems that you've got to make a nature roll success in order to get that stuff. Not to mention there's all the way over there. Jesus. Alright, again, I'm looking away from our objective at the moment. That's our sort of approach to this. Going everywhere outside of the objective.
Nests. Known to cause confusion. That must work. Too close.
I'm sorry? Was that, like, our character? Was that Gale doing a fucking befuddled scream? Alright, so we really failed. We failed that. Let's get rid of these. Get rid of these things. Because they will befuddle you. God. So you just get confused. You'll get confused. Immediately gets confused and starts running away. Well, that was fun to witness. Ice knife. Acid arrow. That. Black and furnace red dye. Okay. Nice. Let us continue pushing downward. Okay. Okay. I heard that, like, the noise, it's like a noise of a creature, which is what I think Shadowheart was saying when that happens, and then it knocks us down. This place feels very dangerous. Torch stalk. Bulbs of volatile gas swell from the central stem of this explosive fungus. Okay, so this is just a whole area of pain.
Timask. The spores confuse the senses. Not sure what the other mushrooms are.
Want to find out? See, the problem is, it's like, I don't think we'd be able to walk through here without setting everything off, but I'm like, this would be a great natural way to repel against, like, when they were talking about the drow, I'm like, you could have lured a bunch of drow into this thing and then just boom, baby. Oh. Whoa. What the hell? Oh my god, we got fungal entities down here. We got clickers. Alright. They would be probably immune to something like that. The explosions, maybe not. Man, maybe I shouldn't have gotten rid of this. We were about to enter combat? A restless myconid. Whoa, that's cool. Look at the eyes. Crazy. Sun sickness. When in sunlight, the myconid has disadvantage. Ooh. Straight up cast light. It's an,
Charmed, I'm sure.
Holy shit, it is an action. The Netherese Orb Blast. Gale triggers the Netherese Orb in his chest, destroying everything and everyone in a wide radius. Holy fuck. Why? I can't believe that that was actually given to him as an action after that conversation with Elminster. That is nuts. That's crazy. Alright.
What to do?
Yeah, unleash
My
it.
faith protects me.
We'll see how that goes. We have daylight. There you go. So, Shadowheart does have daylight. So, enchant an item shine like the sun, or summon a sphere of sunlight that dispels all darkness around it. So,
No time to rest.
it's an idea.
On my way.
Get away from that. A bit close. Scroll of Shatter. Oh, there's a lot more. I was like, there's just the one. A couple more popped up. Oh, wow. Okay. Barrel stalk. Hello, facehugger egg. What happens if you shoot one of these? Alright. Interesting. Shall we enter? I'm being very cautious. We can talk to them? It's giving us the option to talk to them. I thought it was gonna... They're neutral. Holy fuck.
You are swallowed by a chorus of turbulent music. Through one creature sing many voices. The harmony of an entire collective.
Sovereign, he has come. He is here.
The choir fades. A single melody rises above the others, brassy and commanding.
I am sovereign.
You see a vision. Your lifeless body wrapped in fungal tendrils. The Sovereign is threatening you.
State your purpose.
Oh, this is so cool. This is so cool. Relinquishing control. Alright, we got the Sovereign from Mass Effect 2, but in Fungus. Alright. Focus on your parasite and connect with the Sovereign. Tell the truth. Persuasion. Seek understanding. Ooh, that's nice. My purpose is private. Wow, this is incredible. I just straight up expected this to be like a fight. I was like, okay, we've got like sort of fungal infected creatures down here that would most likely attack on sight. What I didn't expect is the surprise that it's like an actual, the collective consciousness, because I know that like this is great because mushrooms and fungal matter like actually communicate with itself through the ground and all that kind of stuff, and then you're like, you've got this the spores that allow you to, you know, communicate telepathically. So being actually spoken to by this collective fungal group is fucking amazing. That's just so cool. I want to seek understanding. I'm going to do an insight check. I'm going to seek understanding and I'm going to focus on the Sovereign's song. We have been threatened already. You will die if you are here. You'll be wrapped up in my roots.
You detect a distinct quiver in every note. These creatures have experienced recent tragedy.
I sense your fear. I've come to aid you. Now this is wholly unexpected.
Fungal roots weave through your mind, seeking your true intent. Then the Sovereign drones a new melody, cautious but welcoming.
Descend to me. Let us speak in flesh.
The persistent music coaxes you forward. The Sovereign expects you.
Whoa, that's so pretty! Whoa, where's that? Because I think I saw like a little shot over in the distance. Oh my god. Sovereign Spore. Dude, that's fucking nuts. We're welcomed. Okay. In that case, I'll take a look over here. Yeah, I was like... Oh! You know what? We had to test it.
Looking ahead.
We really had to test that. I think I just exploded some things over here, though, sadly. I wanted to test how that would work. I was like, how close can I get to it? And I found out how close I can get. Not very close. Alright, but that's no combat, so that's fun. Oh,
Open up.
Duergar. Ooh, Duergar. Okay. And Myconids, okay. So, recent tragedy, there was a fight between Duergar and Myconids.
corpses. These creatures did battle with Duergar.
Blurg. This sponge-like chunk of myconid flesh gives off a sharp, pungent aroma. Okay. Now, before we push too far into battlefield, definitely want to head up to speak to this sovereign. Awesome. Alright, let's head back up. Let's see if we can talk to these myconids.
Fungus and mold glaze the grotesque creature's face and body. A voice drifts into your mind as you gaze upon the misshapen servant.
Leave this one. Come to me. We must speak.
Damn, so this is the voice that we heard before when we're in the gas. They are coming. They're coming. So that was what that was. Let me make the, I'm gonna make the move to do that. Now, all my settings have, like, changed and reset on this new setup, so there might be some differences, but the point is, it works and it looks good, so that's good for me.
Fungus and mold glaze the servant's face and body. Through music and vision, the sovereign reveals its origins. You see a frothing Duergar, axe drawn, crazed by bloodlust, bearing down on a young Myconid. A frightened Myconid circle conjures mildewed vines. They encircle and transform the Duergar. It now belongs to the circle. It will obey the sovereign.
Damn, that's crazy. Also, I realized I was just saying it wrong. I was reading Myconid. Like I said, text is a little smaller. Myconid. Yeah. My bad. Myconid. Yeah, Duergar transformations. Duergar, sorry. I always want to say Duergar. Duergar. Wow, so there was that fight. And then it's been transformed and now is a part of the collective.
Mushrooms can raise the dead. That's interesting.
Yeah, but they raise the dead in a way where they are now fungal and obeying only its master.
I should speak up.
Seek me. Seek the sovereign.
The sovereign. Oh, we got some dead ones. Oh, don't touch that one. It's red. Don't. It would be disrespectful to loot the corpse. Haste spores. Okay. Wow, Myconid colony. Okay. I will tell you that this is probably the most unexpected thing down here. It's like I did not expect to have a whole introduction to a Myconid fungal community, but hang on, is this where we saw this person around here? Did I not see? Yeah.
Blurg could sustain an entire village if seeded properly.
Oh, there we go. Blurg, a trader, level 5 hobgoblin. Nice. Man, I wish hobgoblin could have been a class that we chose. Sorry, a race that we chose when we were making a character. Oh, we're right around the corner. I went the long way around to get to this guy. I went, wee! And then I'm like, oh, he's right here. There are haste spores. Okay. Blurg.
Ah, a visitor. You're a welcome sight. But let us observe the customs of the locals.
The scholar's brow tenses. His voice spills into your skull, the spores connecting mind to mind.
Blurg, proud member of the Society of Brilliance, at your service. Or perhaps not. Your mind is far more complex than that of the fungi.
Wow. Okay, he's like, let's talk in their customs telepathically. And then was like, oh, that hurt. I've never heard of the Society of Brilliance.
Understandable. We are small in number and rarely stay in one place for long. My colleagues and I are working to improve conditions in the Underdark. This need not be such a dire, hostile place. It's curious to find a surface dweller here. What has brought you down so deep?
I wonder if there was any other characters who would know about the Society of Brilliance, like Gale. They collect mushrooms to sell on the surface. God damn. Honestly, I kind of got lost down here.
A common phenomenon in the Underdark, I'm afraid. Could I ask what you were searching for to begin with?
Oh man, explain the whole story, or that's not your business? He seems one of the friendly sort. I don't know. You know what? I'm gonna explain the whole story to Blurg.
You were infected by an illithid tadpole? It's a miracle you're still intact. You must be worried sick, but have no fear. I have a friend who may be able to assist. Omeluum!
I hope this is important, Blurg. My Zirkwood samples need constant attention.
It is. This adventurer has an illithid tadpole inside his head, but he hasn't turned.
No ceremorphosis. That's impossible, but intriguing.
Oh!
Are you looking to have it extracted?
What the fuck? Oh, what the fuck? What? Bro, what? Bro, straight up is like, I have a friend. Omeluum. Wait, what? A mind flayer? Die. Whoa, this is crazy. Is there a mind flayer that's part of the Society of Brilliance that's not part of the whole illithid empire thing? What is going on? Unexpected turn after unexpected turn in this place. And illithid is your friend. How is that possible?
I have broken free from the Elder Brain's yoke. I no longer serve the grand design. I ask that you refrain from violence, while I respect that your opinion of my kind may not change.
Oh my god. That's crazy that I can just straight up be like, you'll die like the rest. Whoa. What is the grand design?
A collective quest to eliminate the Gith and enslave all other humanoids. If that settles matters for the time being, would you like a diagnosis?
Yeah.
Open your mind to me. Let us see what lurks within.
Man, this is crazy. Come on, Mind Flayer companion, let's go. Come on. Come on. Oh, that would be so incredible. Like, you're going up against, like, the Absolute and, like, the whole illithid thing and trying to get tadpoles removed. Then you've got, like, a Mind Flayer companion with you. Imagine that for, like, story significance. You know what? I'm feeling lucky. Let's relax and let Omeluum's mind search your own.
As Omeluum's mind pierces yours, the tadpole pulses with power. It feels 10 times its size. Alive, awake, almost smug.
This is most unusual. The incubation period should be complete, as should your transformation. But the larva is infused with strange magic. It appears to be in some form of stasis.
Omeluum.
Well, if the stasis goes away, we know what will happen. Can you extract the tadpole?
No. It appears to be shielded from physical and magical influence. And even without the shield, the extraction would involve severe cranial trauma.
If a mind flayer doesn't even know how to get that shit out, but can see that it's physically and magically shielded, that's nuts. So it seems like if that shield was to fade, considering that the transformation should have been completed, we would then transform. It's not looking likely that we're getting this out of our head. I'll say that. Unless this dream visitor has a trick up their sleeve, but we'll see. It's very interesting with the dream visitor, because I say like up their sleeve, because you can make your dream visitor male or female presenting, however you want it to be, which is kind of curious. And it makes sense that now that there would only be 2 voices that you could choose, because there's a lot of dialogue that comes with that dream visitor. We'll have to see if they're able to do anything about that, but it means that I have to trust our dream visitor even more out of desperation, as all of these avenues for extraction fail. That doesn't sound ideal.
It is not ideal. The process would surely kill you. But not to worry. Should you transform, I will happily perform a new examination.
Okay. I will happily perform a new examination. Damn. Honestly, the fact that Will was permanently changed into a devil so early on in the playthrough, and that just happened, you know, like we just had one night in the camp and Mizora just went and transformed Will into a devil permanently, that I think this is a game where nothing is off the table. Is like, what if there's a part of the story where a transformation does take place and you have to reconcile with that? You have to actually work through that. I don't know. It genuinely feels like whenever I want to say something like, that's not going to happen, I'm like, it could happen. I'm going to tell Omeluum about the strange mind flayer ship we were on.
A Nautiloid? Fascinating. I have never set foot on one myself. They were our warships during the greatest eras of the Illithid Empire. We ruled the entire astral plane from their decks. The design was lost when the Gith rebelled and ended our dominion.
Okay. The design was lost when the Gith rebelled and ended our dominion. So that Nautiloid we were on was important. Thanks for the information.
Of course. I am sorry I cannot assist you in its removal. But I have an idea.
Oh, perhaps I should start taking notes.
There may be a way to bypass that stasis. There are many alchemical substances that can influence the mind.
Okay. And then you do a quick little remove. Isn't the stasis why the tadpole hasn't killed me yet?
I do not intend to shatter its protection. I need only bypass the interference that prevents me from communicating with the lava.
Now that is good. Okay. So you're saying there's a chance. Bypass. What kind of alchemy are we talking about?
A tincture distilled from a collection of rare mushrooms. They have subtle psionic influence. I would require a fresh tongue of madness and Timisk spores. But be warned, in their natural state, Both of these mushrooms can be quite dangerous. Timusks cause confusion in those that approach them. The tongue is self-explanatory.
Yeah, those mushrooms keep blowing me up. You have to quickly get the spores when it's blown up. Something I love about Mind Flayer's speech that I'm seeing here is because they don't have they ain't got lips to move. They're speaking into your brain, really. The brain is moving as like to be like with the lips with each word spoken. That's amazing. Lovely. So where do I find these mushrooms? Count me in, man.
The Underdark, of course, although they are quite rare, and their discovery perilous. I imagine Lenore would have them in her possession. She served Mystra as a cleric.
Got anything to say about that, Gale? You know anyone called Lenore serving Mystra as a cleric? Eh? Gale, you know anything about this? Where does this Lenore live?
The southwest when I last saw her, although her tower does have a tendency to move.
A tower, eh? A tower, eh? Gale, you know anything about this? Why would a cleric have a bunch of dangerous mushrooms?
She is quite fond of her garden. Lenore has always been a lonely sort. Nature was her only companion. I offered her the chance to join the society, but she refused. Her experiments on Susa bark took priority.
The sussy bark. I need that for my masterwork weapon. Eating those doesn't sound like a great idea.
My formula will hamper the more harmful effects once the mushrooms are brewed into a potion. Your sanity, however much you possess, should remain intact.
Alright, I'll come back when I find the mushrooms.
May your travels be safe and swift.
Okay. Just...
I've never seen anything like it, Blurg. Is my...
I wish that dialogue wouldn't...
Perhaps, but at such an accelerated rate.
I wish that dialogue wouldn't drone out when you open a menu. Is my species evolving? That is so cool! Alright. Oh, look at him doing stuff. He's just doing things. The Shattered Seldarine. I want to read some books here. An excerpt from The Shattered Seldarine, produced by the Silverhair Knights for distribution in Elistre's temples. While some modern philosophers blame the fall of our people on infighting, Lolth's betrayal cannot be understated.
The nutrition my species receives from other minds is difficult to emulate.
I need to do this.
Worry not, friend. You'll find the key soon enough.
I need to do this because their dialogue is interesting. Yes, it was the Drow's choice to believe her lie that Corellin Lotharian had turned from us, but they did not try and dissuade our ancestors of that belief, now did they? Corellin's silence was a betrayal too. Records show that few comprehend the depths of Lolth's evil intentions. To be stolen from our homeland and have our bloodlines split asunder was something only the most sadistic would agree to. Those cruel heralds became her first cultists. They sowed her seeds into the very foundations of Menzoberranzan, and that city has produced wicked fruit ever since. At the time of this writing, we remain at war. The Drow are not simply divided in two. We are fractured entirely, split along as many allegiances as we have cities. There are far too many brave and kind warriors putting blades to each other's throats. The Underdark has changed us for good, but perhaps when Lolth falls, the Seldarine faithful will be welcome in Corellin's halls again. At least Elistre is kind enough to share our exile and watch over us until that day comes.
What's on your mind?
You know anything about the Society of Brilliance and Lenore and a cleric that served Mistra and a tower that moves around the place? You know anything about it? No, I guess not. Meticulous notes. This tiny ink smudge scrawl in this notebook is squeezed in so little space as to nearly be illegible. Truly fascinating. My observations on the Myconids mirror what I discovered while researching Mind Flayer telepathy. Despite only one being transmittable, the spores, both of these are of biological origin in contrast to the telepathic bond ritual. How does innate telepathy impact the structures of the brain? And beyond that, how does the presence of another's mind within one's own affect the body? What may seem like mere thoughts and images could cause extremes of fear or pleasure if they are embedded deep enough in the recipient's psyche. If such an experience leaves behind a permanent memory, is that part of your mind still truly your own? Whatever the answer, I must harvest, gently acquire more of the Myconid spores in order to continue this research. Nice. Alright. Well, that was cool, wasn't it? I guess at this point, what I'll now do is we'll seek to do some trading.
Welcome back. Have you made any new discoveries?
Man, I can't believe that revealing this information to this guy led him to summon his Mind Flayer friend. Like, that is just so unexpected. I was almost wanting to keep the cards close to my chest in case he reacted poorly, but he reacted so openly, more so than anyone else, even to be like, I got a Mind Flayer friend if you want to have a chat. It's crazy. I've never seen a hobgoblin like you before.
The feeling is mutual, friend. I have only passing familiarity with the surface races. But I found that there is as much to learn from an individual as there is from a community. So it is with the Myconids. They live in harmonious unity, but each has a unique personality.
Research in the Underdark sounds like a dangerous prospect.
Yes, but it has abundant natural resources. Spores, water orbs, trillimac. I've studied them for years.
Damn it. What have your studies uncovered?
This is not a wasteland. It is a glorious ecosystem. Every civilization here could thrive without conflict.
Sounds good. Anything interesting to trade?
I do enjoy a good bargain. If anything in my private collection is to your liking.
Let's take a look. Okay. The Evil Eye, Soul Coins, a treatise, and Disorders of the Nerves and Mind, a treatise. Alright, so Psychic Spark shoots an additional dart whenever you cast Magic Missile. That's good for Gale at the moment. Whenever you burn an enemy, you gain 2 turns of heat. Engulfed in a vengeful fire, take 1 to 4 fire damage each turn, but can use Heat Convergence. Consume your heat to fuel a powerful attack. The next time you deal fire damage, you deal an additional 1 for every turn of heat remaining. Interesting. I don't know if that's super worth it, but that's a fun ability. Karlak could benefit from that. Excuse me. Ooh, Boots of Genial Striding. The wearer's movement speed is unimpeded by difficult terrain. That is really useful. The wearer can see in the dark up to 12 meters. The Lifebringer, when the wearer gains lightning charges, they also gain 3 temporary hit points, and they disappear if they run out of lightning charges. That's nice that that goes with that whole lightning set that I had, you know? That's fun. Lightning is like magic, ere the spark struck once said, and what is magic but life itself? The circuit of blasting for Scorching Ray, this delicate circlet grants its wearer the ability to cast the Scorching Ray spell. The Baneful, this blade's magical powers only function if it's bound to an Eldritch Knight or is a Warlock's packed weapon. Oh, wow. Okay, hang on. There's like a Githyanki blade. The wizard Omeluum wrote about bound weapons and their propensity to coalesce with their wielder as the pair come together. He also wrote about their dangers, which are manifold, and their benefits, which make the danger worth it. On a hit, possibly bane your target, and this weapon has a +1 bonus to damage and attack rolls, but only if it's bound. The Warlock bound to this weapon is always proficient with it. The weapon's damage is magical. I'm curious if I could give that to Will and make it his pact weapon. Ooh, Melf's first staff. It allows you to do Melf's acid arrow. In spite of, or perhaps because of, his suspiciously amusing name, the wizard Melf was actually quite a talented spellcaster and an innovator in the field of the arcane. He even led an order called the Knights of Luna. You know, +1 bonus to spell save DC and spell attack rolls. That might be quite good for Gale too. Because Gale's currently just rocking Nature's Snare for a chance to ensnare target if it's not a plant or a beast. But I think that's only if you attack with it, you know. So we might go for this. And a lot of gold, which means I can sell all of my stuff, which is definitely what I'm planning to do. I definitely want Scroll of Enlarge, so we can have. I want Gale to make my. I want Gale to make me big. Scroll of Fly, which is very nice. I'll have a couple of these because I think Gale's learned it, but that would definitely help. An elixir of dark vision, an elixir of universal resistance for divine bone shard, the hastening spores for a haste spore grenade, the more hill giant strength. So there's some good crafting items here. A magnifying glass. So can we use a magnifying glass? The frame and handle are scratched and coarse, but the lens is unblemished, revealing every detail with great precision. Would you ever be able to use one of those, I wonder? Only one way to find out. I'll do some inventory management, get all of my stuff that I need to sell, get money, and then see what I get out of this deal. Alright, we are going to now trade for this amount. All of the armor that we have, plus a lot of that Githyanki weaponry. Very nice. That has now given us a few things to play around with. We're going to try and give the Baneful to Will. The Lifebringer will be able to go with a bunch of those other, like with the lightning charges. I think that's going to be fun to still put that together. Difficult terrain boots is just very nice in general for our movement, so I'll give that to someone also. And then Gale's got some upgrades in terms to First Staff and the Psychic Spark, and I still have more stuff to sell to get that gold, and I will be getting that gold.
Very well. I have mushrooms to catalogue.
Because I've got stuff to sell, but very happy with these upgrades, and more gold is always going to be appreciated when it gets to that point when we have a lot of fun things to buy, but we're still sitting on plenty of goods to sell. Okay, that is trading finished.
Let's move.
So we got the Scroll of Flight and the Scroll of Enlarge and
Have
Reduce.
you spoken with Skris lately?
Skris.
Yes. She is cataloguing Kortuan fertility rituals.
Look at this dialogue. It's great. Gale has learned Flight and learned Enlarge and Reduce. So we can make my character big. He's going to concentrate on making me big one of these nights in camp for Lae'zel. Be like, alright, I'm going to make you big now. Society of Brilliance Traveler's Chest. We'll leave that alone. We do not wish to anger the Society of Brilliance right now, but the trading has been complete. So we should now try and make our way through. Ooh, gained experience. We should make our way through to the Sovereign. Sovereign Spore, there you go. Wow. That is gorgeous. Multi-attack spores, muscular. The Myconid Monarch. How fascinating. Let's just have a chat.
Damn it all.
Ooh. Duergar poison. A deep gnome. A rare poison has sickened the victim.
Don't.
She's helpless. Check if she has anything worth taking. What's wrong with you?
Dwega! Slashed me! Poison!
Medicine. Oh yeah, elixir poison resistance. Wow, there's so many things you can do here. Consider what you know of Duergar poison lore. We have an antitoxin, we have the elixir of Sylvanas, we have an elixir poison resistance. I can end you if you want. Let us do a medicine check. +2 on wisdom. That's a nope. Do I want to burn an inspiration for this? For a DC 15? I think I might just fail it again.
Duergar society is shrouded in mystery. Nothing useful comes to mind.
Anyone else got higher medicine than me? How did you end up here?
Myconids. Took pity on me. Sound lads, especially since the Greys gave him hell for it.
Charitable bunch, these Myconids. And he's more so than Korga and her pet snake.
Well, I'm wondering, in regards to what we do possess, is in our little bag here, neutralizes the effects of all poisons, right? It does say all poisons. And then where's our elixir of Sylvanas? I don't know what everything looks like, so I gotta look through here and find it. Elixir of Sylvanas also neutralizes the effects of all poisons. I think we should be able to just... It says all poisons. I'm gonna do an antidote. We'll say give her an antitoxin. Gale and Karlak approve.
Gods! Whatever that is, I needed it. Why are you helping me?
We're kin. If we don't help one another, who will?
You're right. Got my own kin need helping as soon as I'm on my feet. I thank you for your help, but I gotta get moving. Oh,
It hurts.
Carl's garters. Oh, I don't have time for this. My kin need me.
Take it easy and tell me what I can do.
Seems you're the helping kind. All right. I need you to rescue my kin. Not charity, mind. We can pay. We're Ironhand Clan. Best artificers in Baldur's Gate. We were on an expedition down here when the Duergar snatched us up. I got away, but not the others. The Greys have them digging out some old ruin across the lake.
Cool. Shadowheart responded in pain there as well. I'll check in with her. What are the Duergar digging for?
Some dusty temple. It doesn't matter. They'll work my clan to death before they ever get near it.
What was this expedition your clan were on?
Just mining for materials. Nothing unusual. But our work pays well. Help my clan and we'll make it worth your while, I swear.
Nothing unusual, I promise. Alright, I'll free your people if I can.
Thank you. Only wish I could go with you. But here, I nabbed these boots from the Greys when I ran. I'll feel better knowing you're using them to kick some Dwerger ass. I'll mark where I made my escape, and wait here, I suppose. Not much choice, eh?
Nice, okay. Boots of speed. Friendly Mind Flayer might know of a way to remove the parasite. So crazy. Save the Grimforged gnomes. Underdark. Thula, a gnome of the Iron Hand clan, asked us to help her kin. Dwergar are holding them captive. Okay.
Lady of Sorrows, guide us. Did you want something?
Interesting. Okay. Wondering if there would be something with her responding in pain. Alright, I guess we should now speak to our...
What is the creature doing to those corpses?
Raising them, I would say.
The Sovereign's thick fingers stroke the corpse at its feet. A droning melody greets you as the creature turns its gaze to you.
Flesh talker, I show you a memory. Watch and listen.
A violent vision grips you. Dwergar, dark dwarves chopping Myconid remains.
They broke our peace. They killed our young.
The Sovereign's song slows to the pace of a dirge. It is still in mourning.
We laid waste to many, but intruders remain. Lakewood.
The Sovereign's song halts as it measures your worth.
I sense your resolve. You will find Dwergar invaders near Lake's Edge. Cleanse the rot. Destroy them.
I suppose such wicked killers deserve wicked ends.
Why did these Dwergar attack?
Deep purples swirl into familiar shapes. Gnomes in mining gear, chased by Dwergar.
The Dwergar seek a gnome. It is a guest.
Is that, I guess that's who we were just speaking with. You harbor a fugitive gnome. Admirable of you.
The Sovereign says nothing, but you hear appreciation in its song.
Sure, I can handle those Dwergar nearby.
An illusion comes over you. A Dwergar choking on a cloud of gleaming dust.
Accept this gift. It will help you exterminate.
The Sovereign gifts you one more vision. A wall of vines parting to reveal glowing light.
Riches of magic and mind. Cleanse the rot, and they are yours. You do the Circle a service. We will await word.
Cleanse the rot for the Myconid Circle, get rewarded. What in the hells did you do to that corpse?
We breathe life into our enemy's flesh. The dead make a fine host for my growing children.
If I die down here, destroy my corpse.
Yeah. Jesus. These spores hold such power. How might I gain this knowledge? Yeah, I've already got a tadpole in my brain. Wanna put some fungus in there too?
You may not. The spores hear only the Circle. They dance to no other harmony.
Cool. Alright. We've got a haste spore grenade is what we've been given. Now our boots of boots of speed allow us to click heals. Feather laced. Oh, hang on, they've been resurrected. Look. Oh, he just resurrected it. Off they go. Oh, that's so wild. So boots of speed, feather-laced and flexible of sole, these boots have been used to round up and outrun many a foe. And click heels. Click the heels of your boots to gain speed and freedom of movement. Your movement speed doubles and enemies have disadvantage on opportunity attacks against you. Interesting. So it's like dash, which is a bonus action. But you also get a little bonus to that if you're trying to like run away from someone or run through people, they get disadvantage. That's interesting. I will think about it. Now, Haste Spore Grenade explodes in a cloud of invigorating energy and hastens creatures within for 3 turns. And our chemical concoction practically buzzing with potential energy. So we've got some things that we can be doing here, which is very nice. We've had a chat with Thula, the level 1 deep gnome, that we have cured of the poison. And we will go and rescue some friends. By defeating the Duergar intruders, we will also save the Grimforge gnomes. Now, if we have a look, it's all in the same place. So the Sharan Temple and the Duergar, it's all connected. So that was a nice little element of the Underdark that we've explored today. And we will be bringing this episode of Baldur's Gate 3 to a close here. Probably going to have some shorter episodes just while we're in this period of time that I'm away from my home currently. So whatever I can squeeze in to have a little Baldur's Gate session, because I really want to play the game and I still want to share more with everybody. So we will be bringing this one to a close here today. I do hope you've enjoyed a little bit more of the Underdark exploration, as well as some very important companion interaction between Shadowheart and Lae'zel at the camp. Next time we'll explore more of the Underdark, have another rest, and see if we can make our way across to the Duergar and the Sharan Temple. I'll see you next time.